Hello everybody, how's everyone day? I'm Ame Gakita des. Alright, today's topic we are going to talk about is the Capcom war against mod a good thing or a bad thing, and how the situation escalated to now. So the thing is, right, in last year I actually talked about in a topic about the debate on game modding, Capcom versus gamers, and along the line what actually happened in a nutshell was that someone used a skin mod on one of the character, and I mean, if it's just on a personal issue, a personal use at home, it's still considered alright. But the person who use it in a competition, and what make it spread a little bit like a wildfire was that the skin mod was a naked skin mod, a skin mod that was not accepted by many people, because it kind of imagine out of nowhere you watch a competition and the person who was using the skin mod out of nowhere just using a naked lady, and then everyone will be like, oh wow. It got a lot of people to discuss the thing. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? And it got to the ears of Capcom, because the thing is, right, the game mod was not done by them. But the thing is, right, and when they say along the line like game mod is considered a cheat, all game mod, okay, including skin mod. So basically, game mod, in a nutshell, anyone want to know, is called modification. Game modification had been a thing since long ago, where people use it to change the model of the game character to make it look better, or maybe another character they love so much and they want the character to appear in this game along the line, or even to the point of fixing some of the game bugs that make the game went haywire. But the thing is, right, Capcom have been fighting against it, and they're trying to get other company into it, and they go along the line that game modification is considered a cheat, because in a way it means that people using the game mod is actually getting a so-called advantage over other players, and in their eyes it's considered a cheat. Now the thing is, right, as time passed by, right, how are they have been going about it? Thing is, right, people have been roasting Capcom over the years. I mean, anyone who want to know Capcom is that Capcom have been well known for their few hit title: Mega Man, Monster Hunter, Street Fighter, and Resident Evil. And there are way many other games more to list them out. But the thing is, right, as they didn't want people to modify their game in a way that cause I don't know, where people is like, oh, you're gonna get a very nice skin model over yourself? Yeah, we are not gonna accept that. And so one of the in recent days, they two issues rise. One is against skin mod, another one was the some sort of program that installed into PC into some of the older stuff to fight against game mod. We'll discuss two of them in a while, but thing is, right, Capcom have been very vocal about all mod considered a cheat, and because of that, when I say all mod, and one of them is also including skin mod. So the thing is, right, Capcom decided to go with the idea of if they can't if they can't have the skin mod, they can't do the skin mod, what they will do, they will go and collab with some of the skin mod to be add on into their games. And recently they have they say that, oh, Spy X Family and Street Fighter have a collab where they will include one of the beloved youths into the game, the female strong assassin. The thing is, right, when they add in, it's actually, in a sense, they say that it is a skin mod. They don't entirely put in a new character, even though in a funny way is that the company have the resource to add a new character to the game. The thing is, right, when you guys look at the picture, right, and guess which one is the official one. The thing is, right, the one with the gray background, the one on the left, is actually the one officially given by Capcom, well as the one with the black background and on the right, that is done by the game mod. And I will give my take on this in order to balance the skill so that there will, you guys can come up with your own judgment. And I will let you guys have the two sides of the coin first. But the thing is, right, on the surface, a lot of people are bashing Capcom because they say that, oh, the one who do the game mod is actually doing way better than the company is. And if the company is like a multi-billion company, why are they not using the right resource to create a new character for spy as friendly character use, and then let it be a standalone new character, and then let everyone enjoy it? The thing is, right, when the screenshot come out and they show that the picture look not very nice in many people's eyes, some would even go to the point of saying the word look ugly, and some even notice that it is just a skin mod, it's just a skin overlay over one of the characters, and that got many people very angry, very pissed off against the company. Now, here's the thing. I'm not trying to defend or trying to be a white knight for Capcom. Let me explain the situation. You guys have to understand that creating a new character in a fighting game is not as easy as you can be. I have studied game development in the past, so I can give my take. So I hope you guys can take it, understand it first before giving your final judgment. So when you come out with creating a new character, first thing first, you need to understand there is three things that you need to do. One is to have the model, which you guys saw right now that's the model. If they're gonna create a whole new model, they have to create from scratch. And they have to start from something. Like, even if they use a character as the baseline to do the first model, I mean, like, a lot of people was wondering, like, what character have to give out a base. Like, you have, like, every model, right, there is a base form, and people can use it to kind of like copy paste and then change the layout or change the body proportion, all these things, to make it as close as to the original source they want. Or maybe, like in this case, they want to make yours, maybe they can use the base one, or maybe Cammy, Chulin, or even Judy, like they use that as the base and then modify it, and it became a new character. And that will be the baseline, because maybe they find that maybe that a little bit seem closer to the character they want. They can go and use it. This is called recycling and reusing. So in a way, this might be the case why a lot of people notice that it may be a new, it may seem like a skin mod. Whether is it a new character or not, I'm not sure based on what, but apparently it had been stated that it is a skin mod, so I'm just gonna keep quiet about it. But the thing is, right, if often more than not, if we are now going with creating a new character, okay? So when creating a new character, right, you have to have the base form. So when you create the model, that will be the character, that will be the modeling up. If you guys want to know why do I know this kind of thing, look at Genshin Impact. Like, why do the concept art of the character and the model art is so different? Is that if you guys actually go and check like Ito or maybe some of the character, they kind of like copy paste the base character. They just change the hair, change the the clothes, costume, all these things, and then it became a new character. Maybe change the height a little bit just to make it a little bit not a lot of people notice it. So in a way, recycling model is a thing. Starting from scratch is a very problematic thing, because when you start from scratch, right, you have to form out the hand, the leg, the head, everything. It takes a lot of time. For people who is working in a company, if they are doing a lot of different model, yeah, it's not a good thing, because they have to do a lot of stuff. So moreover, right, if this model is not done by a professional, it is very likely that it is done by a new beginner, or maybe someone that is considered a newcomer. In big company, right, it is not rare to see so-called amateur or newcomer, or even people who is new to this kind of thing, to do the modeling first. Like, in a way, you guys have to understand that, like I mentioned, if they're starting from scratch, right, you have to take out a lot of time. So it is very possible in a company that they actually let the newcomer or the new people who is into this kind of thing to start up the first phrase. There is a few phrases to 3D model before it got released, so it is very likely that the first phrase they give it to the youngster to get the hand of modeling, the 3D modeling. Because for me, who studied in I have studied 3D modeling in school. It is not an easy task. It takes days to weeks, if or even a whole long hour if you're gonna pull a night or all night. So the thing is, right, it can take quite a lot of time, and often more than not, the pro tend to be the one to do the polishing, which is to the the second phase. So the first phase tend to be given to newcomer to let them have a understanding of doing all these things. Then the second phase will be given by the pro to see anything they need to edit, maybe see some of the thing they might have to ensure the thing might be, maybe like in this case, if this is the first phase, right, then it might and unless okay, that Capcom saying that this is done by a pro, then we have to have then Capcom have to be asking themselves a question, because I'm not trying to be one, I'm just saying like this is a process of a normal, and if Capcom said this is done by a pro, yeah, they are gonna shoot themselves in the foot. But the thing is, right, back to the phrase that if it there is always of the art director or the veteran or senior 3D modeler artists who do the touch out. When I say touch out, it's more towards the point that they will be doing the additional change to it to ensure it look as nice as they want to, as close as to the source. So maybe, just maybe, this is what they might be overlooking yet. I'm not sure, is it really the final official artwork? It may be the first phrase only and not having through the touch out yet. So it's just a speculation at this point by me, but I'm just giving my take on all this. Now, the second issue with a new character is that the coding, the programming. But the thing is, right, when you come to coding and whatsoever, right, it can be an issue because it also intertwined with the 3D model, because there is the issue with animation. Animation, which is technically, I technically put I kind of like almost miss out on the animation. But the thing is, right, animation and programming work in the same wavelength at around the same timing, because the thing is, right, when you do animation and programming, right, you have to like example, like if you're gonna move the hand or maybe like do a punch, like you in the model animation, you give the animation punch animation, but how do you make a character do the punch animation? You need programming, and that is when programming and coding come into place, because you have to come up with you can technically like copy the whole source code of the previous character and give it in. But the thing is, right, there is a ways of more than not, like you have to change or modify some of the code to make it unique to that character. Let's say for example, like S equal to punch or WASD is equal to movement. Yeah, that would be the baseline of copy. But when it comes to unique skill, or maybe like let's say you can throw dagger, or maybe like do some additional move with maybe like ASD and then S for punch on the line. Like when that happen, you have to give it animation. You have to make it that, oh, this source code will link to which animation, and it both work at around the same time. So along the line, right, when animation, the 3D animation, when they do the model action, they make it all the different path line to make it like, and then the 3D model have to give like which animation is for which, like let's say for example, like okay, this animation is punch, this animation is kick, this animation is super skill, and then the coder have to come up and have to look at the name, write the source right carefully, link it to it. And you guys don't need to understand that when they call it the name, right, it doesn't mean okay punch or whatever. They have to call it like maybe use dot punch dot animation, or maybe use dot kick dot animation. Like they have to give a very long name, because there is a lot of different characters. If you call every character with the word punch, when you press punch, every character is going to do the punch animation. So you have to link the right code with the right name or the right animation, all these things, and it can take up quite a lot of time, all these things. So the issue is that it doesn't end with that. And then when the source code, like when the animation and the source code found there is some issue with the base model, right, they have to go back and look for the 3D artist to tell them that is this part of the, like maybe the arm look a bit weird during the animation, and they want it to change, make it like smooth, or maybe when the girl move up the arm, there is a hole over there, a 3D hole that is look very weird. They want it to be patched up along the line. So when that actually happen, you often more than not have to go back to the same time, and it take a lot of time and effort. So at the end of the day, it is not as easy as you guys might think, because often more than not, this kind of thing take out quite a lot of people time and effort. So at the end of the day, is it really an issue with the company? A lot of people will say that they have the sources, they have the thing. Yes, but the thing is that one of the source they might not have is time and effort, and that would be meaning the reason why sometimes they get the work done by the amateur or newcomer, where they are still learning the rope. And often more than not, I give the benefit of doubt, like whether does the gray background done by a pro, it is like many people seem to say that it's done by a very weird amateur person. I think that it is likely done by a new amateur or a newcomer, that they are still learning the rope, and I'm gonna give that the benefit of doubt. But on the other hand, if Capcom say this is done by a pro, then we have to ask them, like, why is it is that the final product? If they say that is the final product, then we can safely say that Capcom is definitely shooting their self in the foot. As for right now, can't give my full take on this, because I'm taking it based on my experience, and in this case, new character is really not something that you guys want to be overlook on. Now, on the other hand, game mod, those are done by people who love the game, or even people who is actually very, very good in this kind of 3D modeling. Like, again, I thought in my previous video, like, if Capcom can't have nice thing, why not hire those people who can do those nice things for you? Why not pay them? Why not get them under your ship, get them on board? And it seems like Capcom couldn't, like, think this kind of things. Like, they say that, oh, maybe they have to get paid a lot. Like, when it comes to money, having to pay a lot, it can be a iffy thing. So often more than not, I can see why maybe they don't want to get these kind of people on board. Maybe because the asking price may be a little bit too high for them. And on the other hand, it's still a setting that they still consider all this game modification a bad thing. In recent years, they say all mod is considered a cheat. They actually go to the point of they have been called out for by many people. Even one of the best Monster Hunter speedrunner team. So what actually happened? Well, the thing is, right, any YouTube video that include the Capcom game, like, let's say for example Monster Hunter, Street Fighter, or even Resident Evil, this one of the few well-known games, when people add in mod to make the speed run or maybe the hunt more fun for the viewers, let's say for example, like, to ensure that one of the game, like in Monster Hunter done by Team Darkside, when they use a mod to make sure that a specific calculation in the game is done possible in one run, so that they can save like thousands of recording to ensure the run is what is like. Because the thing is, right, imagine like when they say that it can only be that 1% of the chance of happening, then it means that they have to ensure that they make sure that 1% is done. And when that 1% is done, they have to do, they are forced to use game modification. And when that actually happen, they do agree that they use a little bit of game mod. And even for some of the content creators for Monster Hunter, some of the smaller channel, they actually go to the point of saying that, oh, they use game mod on the game, like skin mod over the their hunter to make their hunter look pretty nice, or maybe making the monster look even more sharper, or maybe look, or even another monster they want to fight against, but they have been fighting one specific monster all the time, so they want to change the skin over it. Like, when that actually happened, Capcom, I'm not sure which company, is it Capcom or overall, is that there was a copyright strike against those channels where they say that they are using game mod and is against the game company policy, because right now they say all mod are cheat, and a lot of channel got taken down, deleted, or even copyright strike. And that got a little bit a lot of people to be mad over at Capcom because like Team Darkside is one of the best Monster Hunter speedrunner, and they got caught out by the company that they have been so called on the front, like the face of the game. Like it's even when people say like when you come to a Monster Hunter, right, when you think about one of the best speedrunner in Monster Hunter, Team Darkside, like they are one of them. And when they got caught out by the company they love for using mod, it doesn't look good, because the thing is, right, at the end of the day they are using mod to give what the viewers want, to ensure that it is something that they it is possible, but then again they don't use it over like for to make the life easier for them. They use it for content creation purposes, and that's all. But at the end of the day, it is still considered a cheat by some people who hate this, because they will be like saying like, oh, this is because you guys are speedrunner, because you guys are actually using the contents to make having a good run and make it having an unfair advantage over all other hunter. Yeah, it should be considered a cheat. And there are some such people thinking about that. So you gotta have to give. The thing is, right, anyone who know Team Darkside will understand that the amount of effort they place into each content of their video, it takes long hours. There are even times when they fail one time and they have to retake the whole video again, retake and retake to get that one perfect run. I did a few of my for myself. It is not an easy task, and often more than not, the monster behavior in the game a little bit of RMG. That is a little that you can't be sure whether the monster will move in the specific pattern that you want. Sometimes it will just move in the way that you might not expect, and you have to record a lot of time to get that one perfect run to ensure that the monster will give the actual. That you have to get the monster to give you the actual run that you've been looking for, and often more than not, it's very hard to know. So at the end of the day, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? I mean, like, we have to sit down and ask, is the fight with mod a good thing? Now that is only part one. Now let's go for part two, right? I'm just gonna summarize in a huge way, because there's quite a lot of sources talking about this, but you have to understand one thing, is that it's just like, even though they show evidence, I'm going to give a little bit of like the both sides of the coin, and then we'll see about it. You guys can see how it goes. So basically, Capcom recently add in new DRM into the game, digital right media into the game, and in a way is that this so-called protector that Capcom add into their service, or some of the old game, right, is actually technically to prevent game mod, or to kind of like ensure that people are not using game modification on those games. And at the same time, if anyone who do video about it or content about it, they are going to earn the right to it. So in a way, a lot of people are calling Capcom out for doing this to their old game. And in a way, people's saying that they are greedy, or trying to be saying like going too much. So the thing is, right, the going too much, right, what actually happened? Well, the thing is, it's really iffy as I start looking into it. I mean, like, initially, like, mopping doing what Capcom could have done, like you looking way better with people doing the game more better, all these things, and Capcom are not very happy about it, and they apparently they installed DRM into most of their game. In this case, they say that Capcom had added this DRM to their old game. So in regard is, right, based on PC Focus, they actually indicate that the company the company which Capcom hired and installed this thing have been threatened for 34 virus, as well as that it is developed by a Russian company with no name or address and sold through a website which domain name was paid through in a front based in Moscow, Russia. Meaning to say that right now they are allegedly installing virus into people computer or people console or whichever where they get the game, and that this virus is attack. It may be used to attack your computer or your console in a way. And the thing is, right, if you look at it, right, it can be a bad thing because if it's considered one of the malware or Trojan, it can also mean that your personal data or bank account, all these things may be leaked. So if you guys have sort of thing this happening to you, be very, very careful. But at the same time, this allegation at the moment, so we can't be sure. And having flat false positive is a thing. So at the moment, they say indicate as 34 viruses, and most of them are very, very iffy. If because the thing is, right, Capcom hiring company to install this kind of thing to search into the like in a way what you guys have to understand that when they install this kind of thing, right, there is maybe based on what many people are saying, the reason for them to doing so is that they are trying to see into the computer of the person, or maybe to see if they are using game mod. That's what it seems. But the thing is, right, it is also a little bit go against privacy, right? Because when in a way that if you are looking into the game of or even using a virus into another person another your consumer privacy, that's, like I mentioned, is a very questionable thing done by Capcom. And the thing is, right, a lot of people will be like wondering why would Capcom do this. Well, the thing is, like, again, they are trying to fight against game modification, and doing so just mean that they have to think of way to see who is doing the game mod. Now the thing is, right, why would they hire a company that has no name, no address, and all these things? Well, the thing is, right, if we look and think carefully, it is very likely that they hire a developer to do help them check on who is doing game mod, and in doing so, it's very, very likely that the person who offered them a very cheap price, which a lot of big company love, you always go for the cheaper option, alright? I'm also guilty of going for the cheaper option, okay guys? But the thing is, right, when you have a cheaper option and a very high-end option, most company will go for the cheaper option because they want to ensure that if both give the same result, why not go for the cheaper option? So at the end of the day, it's very likely that they hired this no name, no address Russia company to do this kind of thing, which a lot of people think is like very, very iffy, especially like it got tested for 34 viruses. Is it really a good thing done by them? Well, it is not really, because Capcom got caught out. Capcom got caught out and they rolled back on the update. So the thing is, right, the rollback actually got after stream review bombing. Like a lot of people go to the Steam to start review bombing, like they got virus, all these things, and it got so-called say in a way that where was the thing that I was looking into? Yes, I think this is the one. Okay, Capcom added a DRM called Anima to a lot of their older titles, and it resulted in most of the game not working, or in some cases breaching that Steam dead. And in a way, right, it got a lot of people to say that this is one of the things that happened. It got a lot of people to be saying like oh, it was here. Okay, so the thing is, right, it got a lot of people saying like, what are they trying to do? Oh, and even to the point that it all started over a naked Chun-Li. So the thing is, right, this whole thing happened, and like again, like I mentioned, it all started from game mod, and now they decided to install a new tools that can affect older game, that can affect your computer, and in a way got a lot of people questioning like what were they thinking. The thing is, right, back to mention again, they are trying to find the game mod creator or the game mod user and trying to stop them from doing so, because to them they think it as a bad thing. But when the overall result they themselves are using backhanded situation and they got caught, then they go to the point of like, yeah, we got caught, so sorry, we reversed our update. And that got a lot of people questioning like, what were they thinking? Like what were they thinking? And it got a lot of people like very mad about them. Like, and it got a lot of people knowing it like, oh, they are now doing this kind of thing. Like, if you think about the whole game series, all the game that they're having bugs or whatsoever, if there is bug or issue with the old game, go and fix it. If they want to make the game even look like one of the model look better, call it remaster, call it whatsoever, but just go and change the model and make it even better than the game mod that people offer. Like, it's just kind of funny that because most of the game mod given are actually, most of them are given for free. Most of the game mod are given for free. They are not earning a single deal. So the thing is, right, at the end of the day, right, Capcom, when they release their own skin mod or whatever update, they will say, yeah, we're gonna charge you for it. But when a game mod give you a something for free at a better option, like you have more fun, you have a smooth gameplay, and you have it for free, yeah, why not? Like I mentioned, we are all guilty of going for the cheaper option, and if in the case that the thing is for free, why not? So at the end of the day, the Capcom will be like, oh, we are not earning a single money anymore because we are asking people to pay for us. And at the end of the day, again, we have to ask, like, why do they want the money? Well, simple answer is they still have to pay their employees. Okay, guys, they need to pay for their employees. But I'm pretty sure that many gamers will agree with me is that if Capcom do a great job on their game, if Capcom do a great job with the skin mod, maybe ensuring the model look nice, or maybe having a collab moment, let's say for example the Dead or Alive, they managed to have 2 new game characters, Mai and Kula from the Street Fighter series. Like, they are able to do a new whole model, a whole new moveset, a whole new character for the game just because of a cross collab. Why can't Street Fighter do so? At the end of the day, it's still back to the easy money or whatsoever, and you have to ask them, like, what are they really that in need of money? Like, they have the resource, they have the thing. A lot of people is saying that, but like, again, back to the same time, we have the same point I have to give out. Do they really have it? And it's really questionable. It's really like, I want to throw everything one side after I giving all my take already. It's really iffy in a way that why would they go about doing this kind of thing, like causing people to wonder why would they say all mod is a cheat? Is it because they couldn't do it themselves, or is it because they got beaten at their own games? Yeah, it's very hard to know, because the mindset of a company does work differently from a people who is doing it for free or indie company. So it's really hard to know. As you go big, sometimes the thing that you might have to ask yourself is that who is all behind it? It can be behind because due to the investor, it can be due to that you have to pay your employee that have a lot of people right now and you need a lot of money to pay for all your employees, or maybe that you can't get talented people on board because often more than not you get newcomers or people who is into this kind of thing. And like I mentioned, it's back to the point of that, would they say game mod is really a bad thing? And it's back to the point of game mod, the debate is always be a thing. I know a lot of people call game mod a good thing, some even call it a bad thing. It's depend on individual. Now, the final question that I have to ask you guys, do you think that Capcom did a good thing, or is it that they had gone too far, or maybe they should have changed their approach to make it better for the whole of the community? Who knows? Write in the comment below, let me know what do you guys think. Is it that they had gone too far, or is it they are going in the right direction, or maybe let's list out a few of things that I may have missed out, or maybe even best you give your take on all this situation on game mod, and we'll discuss it further. But if you do this, if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about topic that had never followed a single trend. Until then, hope you guys have a nice day or night. Bye.